Alright, hey there again, everyone. So day 2 of qualifying for the fall major. So this will be pro video. I think I'm gonna try to do expert with this account, even though the clubs may not quite be there yet. So I'll do a pro video today and then qualify an expert tomorrow. The balls for this tournament, Harvest Ball, which is a Titan with one more side spin, so nothing special there. And the Autumn Ball, which is basically the gear ball, so Power 5, Wind Resistance 2. Not really a pro division ball, in my opinion. It has very, very specific uses in Master Division, but that's about it, I think. So if you want to grab some, but I don't think they're really going to help you in the pro division terribly much. So let's set up these two bags. I think that looks good. What is hole 1? So hole 1, I will go with the Extra Mile and Titan. And Thorn, which is going to be 2 per ring. Don't know the wind directions in pro, but I assume they're not going to be too far off of expert. Maybe it's a little bit different directions, so shouldn't be too bad. I think this one, I'm just going to bomb it down there as far as I can and try to get within thorn range. I think that's probably the best way that I can think of to make eagle on this hole. If you leave it in long iron range, it's just a little bit too much of an adjustment. You definitely would need Saturn if you're in long iron range, and there's an elevation difference as well in the second shot, so pretty tough adjustment. $425. So ideally, we'd like to make it down there a little bit farther than that. So I'm going to kind of go both directions here. I'm going to go a little bit of left side spin and a little bit of right curl to kind of keep it straight, if that makes any sense. Oops. Okay, so we may not be in thorn range. Maybe too far out to the right. But it'll be an easy birdie either way, so definitely a huge advantage on this hole if you have like a Thor's Hammer 4 or 5 or Apocalypse like level 4 maybe, just to get that extra distance, because even our opponent, who hit a much better shot than we did, still isn't in thorn range. So I don't know that it's worth wasting a berserker on this hole, but if you have a bunch of them, it'll probably definitely get you down here far enough. Let's get in thorn range. There is also the left route on the tee shot on this hole, but I definitely wouldn't recommend that at all. Way too much risk, and there's really no reward that I see, so not in pro division at least. So pretty close to max club, and it is downhill, so I'm just going to play it as if it is at max club. I'm not even sure if we can stop it before the hole. So max club is 1.5 per ring or so I'll try 5 rings here. Should be nice. Keep it out of the bunker. Never want to aim in a bunker unless you absolutely have to. Alright, see if we can get lucky. Ooh. So, not the worst effort in the world. Probably seems like Backbone 8 has enough backspin. If you don't have that, definitely bring a Saturn. Definitely bring a Saturn and make sure you have enough backspin to stop the ball by the time it gets to the hole. But easy birdie there. Almost got an eagle, so definitely possible, but gonna be kind of a difficult eagle to make in pro. Hole 2. Let's see. So hole 2 is part 3. Believe this is gonna be a sniper shot. Hopefully. If it's a headwind, it could be a quarterback shot. So let's go Titan again. And let's try a little bit of a rough bump. So let's try 1 backspin, 20% extra on the ring. So I'm gonna go pretty close to 7 rings actually. Just overplay it just a little bit just to be safe. Not too bad. So, looks like about 30% extra on the wind there. It's probably not too bad. 30% above 5.5 is a little bit over 7, I think. So, a little bit of a risky shot, but honestly with the tailwind, it's not too risky. Even if you had a great ball to the left, you should roll out just because you got the wind helping push you. Great ball to the right. Yeah, maybe not as good. So really depends what your risk level is. You can take the easy birdie like our opponent's doing, or you can go for the hole-in-one like we try to do. So whatever you think your skill level is. So a couple easy birdies so far, nothing special. Hole 3. I think I'm actually gonna bring the big topper to hole 3. Just give it a shot. So let's go big topper, Saturn, and Guardian. So lots of backspin clubs along with our big topper. So in the expert video yesterday, I used a quarterback on this hole and put myself in the fairway, used Guardian, easy eagle. I'm gonna try something a little different though for pro. So if this shot doesn't work out, just you can refer to the expert video for this hole. It's gonna be pretty much the same type of play, but we do get the tailwind in pro, which is nice. So let's see. So 2.5, 2.7 per ring with the big topper. Let's go ahead and take advantage of the little side spin that we can put on. So I would think move it back just a little bit just to be safe, but I think we would have been fine either way. A little bit of curl to the right to play it off that slope. And fairly important with this club to hit perfect. So that'll get us a ways down there. I think we're still in Guardian range though, unfortunately. So, doesn't look like to me that there's any advantage of playing the big topper unless you're going to max overpower it. So, you can pretty much choose whatever club you want to hit on the tee here. I'd probably go quarterback, honestly. Just put yourself in the fairway, bring your Guardian, and full backspin shot and try to hole it, but if not, super easy eagle. So let's see how it comes off the slope. I think it moves. Yeah, it moves this direction. So if you're gonna use that slope, make sure to start off a little bit left of the hole. It'll funnel back down towards the right. Okay, so yeah, Guardian range. Ah, crap. So this is no good. So we're just gonna max curl this one. 3.5 rings. And just try to get our eagle this way. So really you gotta choose one of the two options. You either have to try to go as long as you can to get into Saturn range, or lay up short like a quarterback or something to stay in Guardian range. I was kind of right in the middle there, so just kind of had to make up a shot there. Hole 4, par 3. So we got in trouble yesterday on this hole. So I'm gonna go Goliath today just to make sure that we don't put ourselves in trouble again on this hole, because I believe yesterday, an expert, it was downwind, and I didn't have enough range with backbone, so I had to play a really weird minimum distance sniper shot with underpower and stuff, so definitely not an ideal type of shot. And same wind direction in pro, so So I wouldn't really play this shot. I don't think he has any chance of stopping it before the hole, just because it's downwind. So I think the iron shot is the way to go on this hole. It's probably a little safer and gives you a better chance at the ace. So I'm going to set up something like that. We'll see how one backspin goes. 20% extra wind, so 7.2 miles per hour of wind. So I believe this is 2 per ring, so I'll go 3.5 rings. And a little bit of curl. May not need that curl if you use a Kingmaker, but so not bad there. I use 1 bar backspin, so probably a half bar backspin was going to pitch it a little bit closer. Maybe even no backspin. It's kind of one of those things where you need to test it out and find out what works. Hole 5. Ooh. So I do want to try. I saw a really great shot in Expert yesterday. And hopefully we have downwind, because I'd definitely like to try that shot and see if it works in Pro as well. So we do get downwind. It's kind of a crappy direction though. We can try it. I don't think it's gonna work, but nah, it's not gonna work. So let's just go this way and try this shot. So let's try to thread it up through here and see if we can get it to roll down that slope. Looks like we have enough distance. We're not gonna catch the slope quite right. Yeah, we did. Okay. So that's all you can really ask for right there in Pro. I definitely would recommend trying to get there if you have enough club. Laying up at the top of the hill is just gonna be a really tricky shot, because I think it's playing roughly 50% more wind adjustment due to the elevation. So the shot that I just played would probably be my recommendation. And once again, if you have a ton of berserkers, it'll just make the shot that much easier. So I don't think he's going to be able to reach with a basic ball. So we will get to see the short iron shot here. Let's see what we have. Ooh. So we're going to be about 75% club, so we'll probably play about 10% extra wind, so play at about 8 miles per hour. 75% of 8 is 6, so 6 miles an hour. And this club is 1.6 per ring, so maybe a little bit less than 4 rings. Oh, wasted it. Well, that's unfortunate. But I think I had the adjustment right. Looks like it's about, even that short of a shot, about 20% extra wind due to the downhill. So this one's about 50. So 13.5 wind. Thorn is 2 per ring. So he should need about 7 rings here probably. And he went 10 rings. And he's overpowering it, so that kind of offsets a little bit. So, not too bad. Not too bad at all. But yeah, I think the best play on this hole is to try to make it down to the lower level and just hit your perfect ball with your short iron, or your wedge. Hole 6. So we want sniper on this hole. And ideally, we'd like to make it to the fairway on the left. And they do give straight downwind, which is really nice. So that's about where our ball is going to land. So I'm just going to add a little bit of our power to see if we can't get the second bounce to land on that second fairway. Ooh. Well, this could be ugly. Crap. Okay. So I'll just pitch it up into the fairway and show you what I was planning on doing. You can absolutely use like a quarterback and lay up on the right fairway and still be a pretty easy eagle. You'll just need to do some curl and side spin on the second shot. But the shot that I tried playing right there sets you up for a sniper rough bump. And I think you have a pretty decent chance of making it if you can land right where our opponent is. So since he has a similar ball and similar club, I'm going to lay up right where he is. So you can see with guarding, it's kind of guesswork on the rough bump. So as long as you make it decently into the second fairway, sniper or hammerhead is definitely the wood that you want to go with. Not a bad result right there, though. So let's see if we can't get a pretty good idea of how to play this. So a little bit downhill, so I'm going to play 20% extra, so about 7 miles per hour of wind. And we are at max club. So let's just try 7 rings. And see if that's any good or not. Ooh, way too much. Okay. So you may just try 1-to-1. Don't add the 20% extra, because that wasn't even close. It looked like it was downhill, but maybe not. So, yeah, two ways to play that hole. Unfortunately, I hit a terrible drive, so kind of wasted it. So hole 7. Gonna go with the sniper shot here. I think the full backspin shot is probably the way to go from what I've seen on this hole. Just kind of wind dependent. And that's a pretty good wind, actually. So that's kind of what I'm going for right there. I want to get to the right and long of the hole though, because there's kind of a funnel back there, and it'll funnel back towards the hole, but you got to kind of find a very specific spot. But it's really the only way that I've seen so far that's a decent way to make a hole-in-one on this hole. So about mid-club, so 1.2 per ring. This one is downhill. I'll try it 10% extra. So 8 miles an hour at mid-club, which is 1.2 per ring. So about 7 rings. And then some curl. Because as I said, we want to get to the right and long of the hole. So that's not too bad. I don't think we quite got it. Oh. So either start a little bit more right or just a little bit more curl. And you can find that little funnel that goes right to the hole. But definitely an opportunity to get a hole-in-one there. Hole 8. Okay, so we want a quarterback for this hole. A quarterback and a kingmaker. So I'm going to try the hook shot again that I tried yesterday in Expert, but I'm going to try with a quarterback this time. I think I have the adjustment pretty close to being correct. So this is where you can definitely save a stroke in pro. This hole and hole number 5. And of course they gave crap wind. Dang it. We'll still try it though. Still give it a shot. So this is the exact opposite wind that they had in the Expert division. I think the Expert wind was a little bit of headwind too, so this may actually be not as bad as I'm thinking it is. So let's try one backspin and full left spin and see how that looks. So can that get to the hole? Oh, I'm just gonna go straight side spin. So I want to land about right here. So I'm going to go my 6 rings over, and then from here I'm going to go 20 rings. So start right there. So there's 10 and 20. Sit. So not too bad. It looks like definitely tinker with it. That went a little bit long, so I think maybe a half bar backspin, maybe 1 bar backspin, just to be safer. Because if I don't get that adjustment quite right, I think I've landed pretty close to that bunker. So definitely want to. Well, we'll see how close I am to that bunker, but I think you definitely want to use at least a half bar backspin on that shot. But the adjustment looks pretty good. I think 20 rings is pretty darn good. And you definitely want to use a kingmaker for that spin, but yeah, I'm very close to that bunker, so definitely give it a shot with with one backspin, I think. So let's aim this just right of the flagstick. And should get our eagle there. So I definitely think that's one you're going to want to get, and if you use the correct method, I think it's a pretty easy eagle, as you can see right there. I think that's a really repeatable shot, and so that kind of makes your your goal score 13 under for every 9, which is really nice. Oh, how do I want to play this hole in pro? I think it's going to be straight downwind. So what I'm going to do is play it the same way I played it in rookie. And hopefully I'm not wrong about the wind. If I am, we are going to be winging it. Okay, straight tailwind. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. And that's why I don't want to go this direction, especially with an extra mile. It's just way, way too risky with that terrible accuracy. If you have an Apocalypse or a Thor's Hammer, absolutely go that way. So downhill, so 20% extra wind. So let's play it. Let's go straight side spin again. So 6 rings here. And we're going to need a little bit of curl. That looks pretty good. You could even use a little more curl if you need to. Just in case you had a great ball out to the right or something like that. But that's going to make for a really, really easy eagle. Definitely would recommend a Kingmaker on this hole. This hole on number 8. You can probably use Titans, Quasars, stuff like that on all the rest of the holes. Whatever you feel comfortable with using. But if you're going to be competitive in these tournaments, pro tournaments, you're probably going to want to use mostly Titans and Kingmakers, because that's what you're going to win if you're able to win the tournament. So let's go 2 top spin. Try to thread it up through here. Whoa. So big dog is, I think, 2.5 per ring. So let's go 2 rings. That's not good. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the end of the world. So I think 2 top spins, pretty good there. Probably 1 top spin if you make it a little bit farther down the drive. But pretty easy eagle there. Well, maybe a better option. Yeah, I almost think you need a big dog in pro. If you have like a Cataclysm level 2, I think Cataclysm level 3. I think that's when it gets up to like 180 yards and 50 accuracy. So that's when it becomes a better club for that type of shots than the big dog. Alright, so let's go ahead and tap this one in. And finish off this round. So, my thinking is that 13 under is going to be a really good score in Pro. We can check our bracket real quick. So that guy got 13 under, and he got 6, 7, and 8. So he got 7 and 8. But really no one else. So I think seeing a couple 13s. So I think 26 under is going to be a really good score. You definitely want to get hole 3, 6, 8, and 9. I didn't get 6 because I screwed up the drive. So definitely try to correct off of my mistake there. But I think 13 under is going to be a really good score. If you can get one more than that, 27, I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to win, but that's going to be a damn good score. So I think that's about it. So hope this helps you guys out, and good luck in the major.